It's been a week since Cyclone Nargis battered Burma. Most of those who survived are still waiting for help. Burma has agreed to accept some foreign aid, but insists that its own nationals distribute the supplies. Humanitarian groups are growing increasingly frustrated at the military government's refusal to let aid workers in. Tony Banbury is the United Nations World Food Programme's Asia Director in Bangkok. He says hours of negotiations with a Burmese cabinet member went nowhere.
We spent all day long trying to resolve this at the airport and at the ministry and eventually with the minister himself, and unfortunately, we weren't successful.
The World Food Programme flew in health supplies as well as 38 tons of food, enough to feed 95,000 people a day. The Burmese government impounded the materials. Public health officials, meanwhile, are warning that unsanitary conditions and malnutrition will lead to epidemics.
In this acute phase,
Dr. Chris Byrer is with the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. He says thousands more Burmese are likely to die from cholera, E. coli, and measles.
It is a recurring problem when this happens in disasters that you have outbreaks of childhood measles. Immunization coverage rates are relatively low in some of these areas. We don't have great data on coverage, but there is an expectation that measles will be an outbreak.
Burma's government in exile is also calling on military leaders to allow humanitarian aid workers to enter the country.
Good afternoon.
Sein Win is the prime minister of the government democratically elected in 1990. It was not allowed to take office. At a news conference in Washington, he said he wants China to put pressure on Burma's government so that it lets workers in.
We want China to tell the military, no, this is not time for delaying tactics, no time for that. Let the relief mission come in and start their work.
Questions for the Secretary?
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and other officials have also appealed to Burma's military leaders to postpone Saturday's constitutional referendum. The government has said it will go ahead with the vote. Meanwhile, people in devastated areas are more concerned with needs like food, clean drinking water, and a roof over their heads than casting a vote. Kent Klein, VOA News, Washington.